Hello, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning from wherever you are watching me from. So today we'll be editing this image together, and we're going to go through from the very basic to the complex part of it. We'll first of all deal with um, cropping and reshaping it to a different aspect ratio. Then we'll deal with the screen treatment, after which we'll move to background editing and other stuff that may be necessary to make the picture better than it is presently. So journey with me as I take you through how I edit my pictures. So the first thing I'm going to do is to duplicate by pressing Control J, Command J if you are using Mac. So I will duplicate that, and the next thing I will do is to go to crop, and I will crop it to uh, ratio 4:5. So this is how I'm going to crop it. I want to give it a little bit of space as well. I want it to be at the center of the canvas. So that's how I'm going to do the cropping. Then I'll do that. Once that's done, the next thing I will do is to remove this edge of the sort box that is showing here, and then I'll fill all this space. So I can actually do that together by using uh, fill tool. So I'll simply select the area. You can use any marker tool for your selection depending on what you're trying to do. So you can change make your selection. Make your selection. And once you're done with the selection, then come to edit and then content aware fill. So allow content aware fill to help you fill the pixels with the sample colors from around the background area. Something is wrong. No, no, cancel. Something is wrong. I think Photoshop is misbehaving somehow. So we have to be patient with the lagging and you know, no, that's wrong. How come? How is it selecting the inside instead of the outside? Cancel. That's wrong. Let's select the inverse. No. Okay. That's selected then. Come to edit and then content aware fill. Okay. That is better. Yeah. You can see it now. So you can see it has helped me to fill the space. Then I can click OK, and then it brings us back to our canvas. So we have to be patient with the lagging because this is live. I'm doing it afresh. I've not done it before. So for the amount of time it takes to render the picture, so we have to be patient with me. So you can see that it has created a new layer for the fill. You know, say that was the fill. So we'll deselect this by pressing Ctrl D, and then I will definitely merge this. So layer one and layer one copy, I'll merge them together by pressing Ctrl E. So that one is merged like that. Then the next thing I'll do is the um, skin treatment. So majorly I use frequency separation uh, for treating my skin. But before then, there's one thing I usually do, which is I call it blemish remover. I'll select spot healing brush, and I will select all these small um, spots, the pimples. So I'll carefully select all of them too. And if I see any skin blemish anywhere, I will try to remove them before I will move on to uh, frequency separation. The reason why I usually do this is because once I've done this, when it comes to my texture layer in frequency separation, I may not have a lot to do with creating some textures. So I'll just simply make sure that I've removed all the spots that may cause damages to the skin texture once I'm doing my frequency separation. So, so let's check the before and after. You can see the before, then you can see the after. So you don't have any other thing to remove from there. So you can now go ahead with frequency separation. So use Retouch Academy frequency separation. So I'll click on the frequency separation here. I use custom, which allows me to use what's it called? I'm coming. This mixer brush. So use mixer brush to frequency separation layer here. So I'll go to my correcting tone layer, then I'll make this one invisible. The high frequency texture layer, I'll make texture layer, I'll make it invisible for the meantime, so that we can work on the um, color on the skin tone. So what I'll basically be doing here is to use my mixer brush to smoothen the color on the skin. So I'll select my mixer brush. Sorry. Okay. So here I usually make sure that everything is. It depends on you. Actually, it depends on what. There's no right or wrong setting when it comes to all these ones. I usually prefer to have mine at 25, 25, 25, 25, 10, and then 0. Then sample layers must be selected. So that is what I usually like mine to be. So I will say, I will start by brushing the image. So make sure that you are not brushing the shadows into highlights, but ensuring that each stays on their own, so that you are not restructuring the image. All you're trying to do is to smoothen or blend the color. So that's what you're trying to do. Just trying to smoothen the color, to blend it into each other, and ensuring that you are not brushing the highlights into shadows and the shadows into highlights. Because when you do that, you'll be restructuring the image. It will change the look of the image entirely. So where you need to reduce the brush size, you have to reduce it, and where you need to increase the brush size, you increase it to ensure that you are having quality control over your brush movements. So keep that. The reason why I'm reducing my brush very close to the clothes is because I don't want the clothes color to over lap into the skin tone. Because if I increase my brush setting around that area, the brush will bring the clothes color into the skin tone, so and which will damage the area of that skin tone. So I will not do that. So very close to the clothes, I always reduce my brush size. And around the eye as well, always avoid brushing the pupil. Avoid brushing the pupil. Just leave it the way it is. So take your time to do that. Don't be in a rush. Just take your time. Take your time to do it. So take your time. Take your time and make sure that you follow that very simple instruction. Maintain the shadows where they are and the highlights where they are, and let the midtone stay where they are. So let's move up and see. So I'll leave every other thing here as they are. So let's zoom out and see. So let's activate our high frequency texture back. So you can see, let's check our before. That's our before, and now this is our after. Here's our before, and now this is our after. So you can look at it. You can see from what I told you earlier that um, taking out the blemishes before doing the frequency separation will reduce the stress you go through when treating the high frequency texture layer. So, except for a few of it now that I will use clone stamp to remove just some of these. So, I'll select my clone stamp tool, and then I will, by pressing alternate, I'll select the pixels around the small uh, the areas. So What is it? So just a few of that. That's it. And let me go back to the leaves and let me make that invisible again. Then let me go back to the leaves here. I'll select the patch tool. Then while selecting the low frequency colors and tones, so I'll simply click here and I'll select the area out. I'll simply mark out the area like that. So the next thing to do is to make sure that once I'm done with that image like that, okay, I can apply a little bit of uh, mixer brush on it as well, on the lip as well, just to structure some part of the lips, especially this area. So not so strong as we've been doing on the skin, not strong. So just a bit of it, just a little bit. So and then let's activate our high frequency texture layer back. So you can see, so that is what we have now. So and once we're done doing that, the next thing to do is to match the layer and then take out the image from the background and then apply some background to the image, and then before we move on to doing our color correction and other stuff. So the first thing now is to duplicate it by pressing Ctrl J and then Ctrl E to match the layer, and then I'll select out my subject by clicking the select subjects. So Photoshop automatically does that if you are using one of the latest version of Photoshop. So wait until that selection is done. Okay. So now that the selection has been made, let's zoom and see if the selection is perfect or we need to make some little adjustments. So actually need to make some little adjustments manually. So I'll select that, select my lasso tool, then I'll crop out the areas or add the area that was not selected to the image. So any other area where that happened. So I think other areas are okay as they are. That's the only area where such a thing needs to be corrected. So and then once that has been done, I'll select a mask. I'll select a mask. Yeah. So just mark, add a little bit of feather and shift it by just about -1%, and then new layer with layer mask, and then click OK. So to put uh, the image that will cut out from the background on a new layer with layer mask. So you can see now this is it. So I want to select out the background itself, Then I'll press Control and click on the layer mask. Automatically select the area, and then I can invert the selection, and then Control J to make a selection of the background itself. So I'll just need to make a little bit of correction here by using my um, patch tool, and then I'll move it. So if the background was not as smooth as this before, we can apply a lot of Gaussian blur to it. As it is now, I only apply a little bit of Gaussian blur to the background just to give it a little bit of blurry sense. So I'll select my filter and then blur, then Gaussian blur, even though I'm still going to import kind of background into the image. So that's cool. So I'll go to my background gallery, and the digital background gallery. I'll go there to look for one that is befitting for this particular image. So uh, I just want something that will complement the green scarf. So I actually want the image to look like green on green or something like that. So uh, that the colors can complement one another. So I'm looking out at the one that will perfectly suit the picture. Okay, I'm coming. Um, I'm looking at the backgrounds. I'll bring it up very shortly. Um, Kindly be patient, please. Let me try this. Let me try this. Let me try this. Okay. Let me try this one. Yeah. So I think this is perfect for the picture, even without applying any blend if blend mode. Sorry, even without applying any blend mode. I'm just trying to see the blend mode effect. But I don't think I'll be applying any blend mode. Or should I use soft lights? No. Let me leave it the way it is. So I like the blend already. It's blend. I like the blend already. The blend is perfect. So it's just as if it was shot directly on the background. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to um, do some cleanup on this eye. I usually do very simple cleaning on the eye. I have an action I've created here. I call it eye cleaning simple, very simple means of cleaning the eye. So I don't usually use the complex mode. I just simply want to clean the eye, make it a little bit pop and clean. So I already applied the action, and I'll brush over I so that we blend it. You can see that's too bright. So that's too bright. You can reduce the opacity a little bit to make sure that it blends perfectly with the high. So let's leave it at 50. Let's make it 50. Okay. So that's simple. Simple eye cleaning. You can see the before and now the after. You can see. So very simple means of cleaning the eye. So the next thing I'll do is to do some color correction on the skin. I'll first of all come to use hue and saturation. Hue and saturation. And then I'll go to my yellow channel first. I would first like to clip this to this image itself because this is the area I want to work on. So I'll clip it to sorry. So I'll clip it to this, and then uh, and then selecting yellow. Uh, you can see by selecting yellow, you see what it's doing to the image. So I'm not going to go as high as that. I simply want to reduce the opacity of the yellow on the skin. That's this saturation, sorry. I simply want to reduce the saturation a little bit. That's one. Then I'll go to red as well and reduce the red a little bit as well. So so as to make it look blend and not too um, too sharp as it was before. Then I'll put a little bit of brightness over the red, and let me check on yellow as well. If I want to put a little bit of that as well. Then the next thing I'll do is to go to mm, selective color. So first of all deal with the red. So so this is affecting the entire image because I'm not clipping it to the background any longer. I'm applying directly on the so and I'll move to the neutrals to apply a little bit of black just to increase the um, contrast a little bit. So once that is done, the next thing that I will do now is okay. Let me check for black and see. Do I need to reduce the black a little bit? Yeah. Okay. So once that is done, the next thing I'll do, I want to add some figurity to the edges, especially this down part. I want to add a little bit of pigment to the part because originally, if you look at the image, we're having you can see we're having some dark area here. This was our before, and this is now our after. You can see the difference from the image now, from where we're coming from to what we have now. So the next thing I'll do is to go to here and select solid color and change this one to, I'll change this to black. I'll change this to black. So I'll click OK, then I'll click here for the layer mask. I'll select my gradient tool and then select the radial gradient tool, and then I'll start applying the, while selecting black here, make sure that you are selecting black, then I will add that. So you can see that's too thick, so I'll keep towards the upper part. I sure actually don't need the vignetting on the upper part, so it's only at the lower part of the image that I need the vignetting. So now that I have it, now I can use blend mode to blend it into the image. I can use overlay or soft light. So let me use soft light or hard light, no, soft light, just to, yeah, that's all. That's just to add a little bit of that to the image. So, and now that I'm done with this, the next thing that I may need to do is to probably add color grading to it. Um, I can do that using any of these. But before we do that, let me do a little bit of uh, uh, enhancing the highlights. Yeah, let me enhance the highlight a little bit. So I'll select my crop adjustment layer and then increase the brightness here, and then I will now double click to go to blend if. So I'll go to blend if. So blend if. So I just want to enhance the highlights. So and then press alternate to split the curve and then move it. That's it. The before and now the after. You can see the light on the chin and the forehead has been a little bit enhanced. So you can see the before. Now you can see the after. So that's simply what I want to do with that. So now we're going to try something to then try to add color grading to it, and this is good already. I can leave it the way it is already, and I can decide to do a little bit of other things to just to make the picture pop a little bit more. One of the things I can try to do is, let me first make a clone stamp of this. So by pressing Shift Command Alternate and E, and then I want to duplicate that as well. So I can come to Filter and then filter blur gallery, and then um, iris blur. Iris blur. I simply want to blur out the or down parts and upper parts, and then make a little bit of concentration on the face. So that's what I want to do with this iris blur. So make sure this is staying close to the eyes. So this is like you are mimicking uh, probably you shooting the image with 50 mm, 1.2 or 1.8. So that's what you're trying to mimic here when you do this. Simply want to blur out some part of the image while you increase the concentration on the face. So you can expand it as much as possible. So so this is just like mimicking what you could have done using your lens when you're shooting the image. So it's just almost the same thing. I think I'm okay with this. So let's click OK to add to apply the filter. Okay, so you can see the before. Let's check the before. You can see the before and now the after. You can see the before and now the after. So that's it. So that's the image right now. And then what next? Okay, so I said I want to do a bit of what's it called? Um, color grading. So let's try this auto color grading. So let's click let's select our gradients layer and then um, oh sorry, not the gradient layer, sorry. Mm, gradient map, yeah. Sorry, it's gradient map, yeah. So let's select any of the basics for now. Probably this. Click OK. Change the opacity to 50. Then double click to activate it again. And then from there to no. Sorry, this is not what I want to do. This is not what I want to do. This is not what I want to do. Sorry, that's not what I want to do. Okay, yeah, gradient map. So this is what I want to add. You add gradient map and then change the blend mode, the opacity to probably 50%, and then click here to bring out the color gradient editor. And once you are in the gradient editor, change the solid to noise, and then the roughness change it to about 8%. Change to about 8%. Oh, sorry. Before that, sorry. Pardon me, please. So the first thing, yeah, change the blend mode to soft light. Change the blending mode to soft light, then put the opacity to 50%, then click here to bring out the gradient editor, and then change from solid here to noise, and then change the roughness to about 8%. So, and you just begin to click on randomize till you have something that suits you for the image. So you can test as many as possible on the image. So if you have anyone that suits you, once you, and if it is too much, then come back to just click OK, then come back here and reduce the opacity. So you can try as many as possible, depending on what you're trying to do. I think I'm cool with this one. So you can just click OK, and then I'll reduce the opacity as well. The opacity is too strong. I'll reduce to about 30, not 25. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So let's check our before. That's our before, and now these are after. You can see it's cool now. These are before, and now our after. So let's check from where we are coming from. So this is from here, from where we started. The first, before we started editing, before, and now our final edited image. So this is basically what I usually do most of the time when I'm editing. So this is one of my flow. Sometimes it can be more difficult than this. Sometimes it can involve a lot of liquefying. It can involve a lot of other things. So, but basically, this is one of the things I do when I edit any of my images. So you can do well to check my Instagram page or contact me just in case if you have um, any images that you want to edit. You can DM me. I do that as well. You can check me on Fiverr. I do. I provide editing service to a lot of traditional clients as well. So you can do well to contact me. So please kindly like my image, like my video, kindly share them, and do comment as well. Just in case you have a better way of doing what I just did, share in the comment section below, and let's learn from one another. Thank you, and stay tuned for my next video.